Hey guys, so this is going to be my Medifast first impression day 1 video. And if you guys don't know what Medifast is, it's a diet that you guys can go on and you basically just purchase the food from the distributor, eat the food, and follow the plan that they come up with for you. It's really simple, and it's something that I work 9 to 5 and I go to school, so it's something I can fit into my schedule easily. And what I love about this is that you really don't need too much exercise. I'm definitely still going to, and it's still healthy too. But I mean, they recommend that you do like walking and things like that, you know. As you guys can tell, I've gained like a lot of weight since not only high school. I actually lost weight my first 2 years out of high school in college, and but I just have been gaining a lot of weight just because of the way I've been eating, really. Sorry, that's my phone. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what I ate today. And you have 5 meals that you eat that's from the distributor, and then you cook a meal for yourself, which is what I love, because that meal for myself, it's like my saving grace because I can choose what I want to eat. They actually give you like a list of like meats and veggies. You don't eat any carbs, which is something you don't really need in like a diet in general. So I know it kind of sucks because you're like, oh, you have to choose from a certain list. But I mean, they have all the foods that you can think of. They have, you know, chicken, beef, pork, turkey, all that stuff. They have a lot of veggies too. What I really liked is that in their veggies, I really like spring mix salad. It's my go-to veggie. Just because it's just pretty tasty, you know. And I just add a little bit of salad dressing. And after that, that's all I really need. Now, let me start with my breakfast. So my first meal was a cappuccino. And I know that's not really a meal, but as long as you have at least 1 packet of these, or per thing that you want, it counts as a meal. So, and they're usually pretty small, and they're meant to be very filling. So this is what it looks like, and they have instructions on the back on how to make it. My review on this, it gets 0 out of 5 stars. Why? When I first made it, you're supposed to add cold water to the powder and mix it, and that obviously isn't gonna mix very well. So, and then you microwave it. So I microwaved it, it was heated up and everything. It smelled like yeast, okay? And if you guys have ever baked, that's why I know what it smelled like. It smelled like when you put yeast into warm water and you let it activate. That's what it smells like. So I was like, okay, I'll give it the benefit of doubt. Maybe it's just, you know, me. I'm not used to the smell. So I mixed it, and then I took a sip, and I noticed none of the powder had actually dissolved in the water. So it was like, ugh, I spat it out. So I put it back in, I put more water, and I put it back into the microwave, and I heated it more, and I mixed it some more, and then it was a little better. When I tasted it, it tasted like activated yeast. I mean, that's literally just, there's no coffee taste or anything like that. And the diet doesn't not allow you to eat or to drink coffee, but I just felt like, hey, if I'm going to do it, I might as well just use as much of their products as I could. So this is definitely something I wouldn't recommend to anybody. Like, especially if you're first doing it, no. Not only did it have that yeasty taste, it was really bitter. You're able to add sugar if you want to, but frankly, I don't think that would have helped. So, thankfully I can return this. So this one's going back in the box, and then that can stay there. So, afterwards, I got this one, which is maple and brown sugar oatmeal. I love oatmeal. It's very convenient. I usually get the Quaker Oats ones, and this is really much the same. This one, not as bad, but it only gets maybe 2 stars in my book because of the fact that it smelled almost exactly like cappuccino. Granted though, when I actually smelled it up close, it did have the maple and brown sugar scent, so I was very happy about that. When I tasted it, I had the same problem. I adjusted as much as I could, but it was still very clumpy. It wasn't done in a lot of places, so I really didn't like that fact. The other thing that I didn't like was that it still had it slightly had that bitter taste that I got from the cappuccino. So, I don't know. I'm still going to return this one just because I could finish it, but I don't think I could stomach constantly eating this. So this is definitely back in the box. For lunch, I chose the mac and cheese. And I've heard people just rave about this mac and cheese. They're like, oh my god, it tastes exactly like the kids, Kraft Kids mac and cheese. Frankly, I think you're lying. You know why? Because it doesn't taste like the Kraft Kids mac and cheese. Kraft Kids mac and cheese, oh my gosh. This ain't got nothing on that stuff. Okay, this stuff is, I won't say it's disgusting. It's pretty bad though. Only because of the fact that it's it doesn't have that bitter taste. It doesn't smell like yeast, thankfully. But it's like eating butter. That's all it is. And there's no salt. It's like eating salt-free butter. Exactly. That's like the epiphany of what this is. Same thing, add water, heat and microwave, stir, let it sit until you want it to get to the consistency you like, and then eat it. I actually tried to add a bit of salt to see if it would help, and then it got that bitter taste, and I was like, what the heck? But I was like, you know what, whatever. This is something I can keep just because I can force myself. It's funny though, because I think they do it on purpose just because when you don't exceptionally like the taste of a food, you'll eat enough to at least get yourself not hungry, but you're not going to eat so much that you make yourself like so full, you know? And that's exactly what I did. Like, I ate enough so that I wasn't hungry. I had a bunch of like sauce and stuff left over, and usually I love like macaroni sauce you get bread and eat it with. Hell no, I toss the rest of this stuff down the drain. So this one I will keep, but I am gonna figure out how to eat it. And then last but not least, oh my gosh, saving grace, I had a chili nacho cheese puffs. So these things I have to say were like the best out of everything I ate, only because they were the most filling. One packet is still a meal, so they were the most filling, and it took me a while to eat them. But I have to say, if you like eat this and this is your very first meal, you're gonna feel like it tastes like styrofoam with chili powder on it. No salt. Okay? Which is essentially what it tastes like. I can still tell because my taste buds aren't shot or anything. So, but I mean, it didn't have any bitter taste. It tasted like cheese puffs that were just lacking salt. So I absolutely like was like so happy. And this was my little snack. So I have to say, this is like my, so far, 4 out of 5 stars. And it actually got me very full. I wasn't hungry at all after I ate that. So for dinner, when I came home, I got to make my own meal, which is my lean and green meal. And they had a list of like poultry, and I really like fish. So I chose mackerel, and I had my spring salad, which is 1 cup of spring salad, and I think it was 5 ounces of mackerel. And it's really easy for me to do this because you just ask your butcher or ask the guy getting your fish or your meat, hey, give me this many ounces of it, and he can measure it out. Let them do the math. If you really can't, go on your phone and check out the conversion rate because they have it in pounds. Usually about half a pound is gonna equal, I think, 5 ounces. Yeah, 5 ounces. That's what I estimated. So as long as, and that's the minimum that you will eat. 7 ounces is usually like the leaner protein, I think was. And then on average, the vegetables, you'll eat half a cup, but there are certain ones like my spring mix where you can eat a full cup of it just because there's like no carbs in it. So, and they do cut out things like onion and corn and stuff like that because they're really not needed in a diet. They're not very nutritious in any way, and they have a really high sugar content. So, not whatever. Now, I still have a huge box of stuff that I haven't tried yet, and I'm gonna be getting to it at some point. But I do have one more meal left today, and I'm gonna be debating between either brownies or I have strawberry shake. I think I'm leaning more on the strawberry shake right now, but I'm kind of dreading it at the same time because I'm just like, if it tastes anything like everything else, I'm gonna like puke. Okay. All for 2 weeks worth of items on my Medifast, it cost me $180, and that's including shipping. And it sounds like a lot, but I calculated it, and that's about $12 a day. I go to Panera Bread. I went to like, there's a local place for burgers, and I spend about that much per meal if I eat out. So I'm just like, hey, I might as well. I don't have to buy a lot of groceries anyway, so I might as well just spend the money. So I'm gonna try this out for a little while. I actually do have a coach, and they provide you, it's free help, so you don't have to pay for anything besides the food, which is what I absolutely love. Gina Che, if you guys watch her videos, she's actually my coach, and she's excellent. She's really supportive, and she's like really good for advice when I'm just like, oh my god, what do I do? Now, the thing that's also tricky for me, two things actually. One, it's really hard for me to eat on time because they ask that you eat every 2.5 to 3 hours, and I'm just like, I have to time it because I mean, if you guys work a 9 to 5 like I do, you usually have your set break and lunch times. So that's why I got like these shakes, because I'm just like, I can be sipping on this while I'm working, and you know, they can't really say anything because it's just a drink. Now, if I'm like munching on a dang brownie, I'm pretty sure my manager would have a problem. So that's one thing. And the second thing is, I mean, okay, for example, tomorrow I'm going to be running errands all day since I don't have work. I don't have a microwave to use. Where am I supposed to heat this food up at? And I don't have time to come home, so I'm just like, okay, the best thing I can do is have my lean and green outside. And you can have your lean and green any time of the day. So it can be breakfast, lunch, dinner. You can split it in half if you want. So that's one thing I definitely like about it. But at the same time, I was kind of like, okay, like I'm basically going to be eating brownies and shakes for most of the day until I get home. So however I figure it out, I will definitely let you guys know. That's about the gist of it. Like, so far, the thing I do like, plus side of this, is all of these foods, as long as you have the 5 meals with your lean and green, you're getting 100% of the nutrients you need. They don't ask that you do any particular workout or exercise. This is strictly a diet thing that will help you lose weight. And if you do work out, it's just a bonus. You'll lose more weight and be fit at the same time. They do also have vegetarian and gluten-free products, so they've really thought of a lot of stuff. The origin of this diet, now I did watch Gina Che's video about it, and I found a different origin of it, because what I saw was that this was actually created for patients who were getting ready to go into invasive surgeries. When you do those surgeries, it's very important, or it makes a big deal if you're overweight, basically. So the doctor who was in charge of a certain clinic somewhere on the East Coast, I forgot where, he basically came up with this diet for his patients to lose weight before his surgeries. It's meant to be a quick weight loss, so that when they got to the surgery, you know, you were still healthy, but you dropped a lot of like fat, or you lost a lot of fat. So that's what I learned, and eventually they were able to commercialize it and sell it out like this. Sorry this video is so long, and I hope this helps. I'm gonna be making more videos because I have like this huge box of food that I haven't even tried yet, so you will see me. Bye.